History of basketball. Basketball was invented in December 1891 by the Canadian educator and physician James Naismith. Naismith introduced the game when he was an instructor of the Young Men's Christian Association Training School, is now of Springfield College. In Springfield, Massachusetts, are the requests of his superior, Dr. Ladder H. Glucklich. He organized a vigorous recreation suitable and indoor winter play. The game involved elements of American football and soccer and hockey, and the first ball used was a soccer ball. The term has online players, and the goals were wooden pitch basket affixed to the walls. By 1897 to 1898, teams of 5 become standard. The game rapidly spanned nationwide, and Canada and other parts of the world played by women and men. It's also become a popular informal outdoor game in U.S. servicemen in World War II. In 1939 to 1945, its population the sport in many countries. Basketball game played between two teams of 5 players. Each one a rectangular court has usually indoor. Each team or team is tries to score by tossing the ball throughout the opponent's goal. An elevated horizontal hoop and net called basketball. The first language or legend, the national basketball legend, was formed in 1898 for protect players from explosion and more to promote a less throughout game. This is legend of only last 5 years before disbanding. Its demise is wanted. A number of loose organization language throughout the Northeast United States. One of the first and greatest pro teams was the original Celtics, organized about 1915 in New York City. They play many 15 games in season and dominated basketball until 1936. The Harlem Global Throwers, founded in 1927 in notable exhibition team, specialists in amusing core antics and expert ball handling. In 1959, a Basketball Hall of Fame was founded in Springfield, Massachusetts. Its roster include the names of greatest people, coach, referees, and people who have contributed significantly to the development of games. The formal of both a National Basketball Language and Basketball Association of America create a strong attraction nationwide to Canada and another place around the world. The game of basketball and had become a worldwide phenomenon in matter of few years. The development and growth in the basketball of NBA since the year 2000 has met anything from Estonic drink sponsored training brands, hot dogs, companies, and only casino brand all wanted to grab a slice of the NBA exposure. The result in increased amount of coverage toward this game, meaning of sponsorship and endorsement deals came flooding throughout many avenues. The early years. In the early years, the number of players on the team varied according to the number in the class and size of the playing area. In 1894, teams began to play with a 5 on a side where the playing area was less than 1,080 square meters or 16,700.2 square meters. The number rose to 7 when the gymnasium measured from 18,000 to 300,000 square feet of 3,034.5 square meter and up to 9 when the playing area extended. In 1895, the number was occasionally set a 5 by Montwall constant. The rule stipulated for playing since Naismith and 5 of the original players were Canadian. It's not surprising that Canada was the first country outside the United States to the playing game. Basketball was introduced in France in 1993 and 1893 in England. In 1894 in Australia, China, and India. Soon thereafter in Japan in 19,000 years. 2 years later, and the number of the remaining events since World Basketball helped swell and membership of YMCA become a valuable ability of gyms within 5 years. The game was invented according to the association. Become a gym has become of 0 or 60 members were not monopolies of YMCA. Originally, players want a 1-3 style of uniform. Neckline, football trouser, jersey tie, and commonly worn by wearing of short paddle pants and fortunate of today uniform plus knee guard to court often were the regular of the shape with the occasionally obtrusion and a pillar stairwear of office. They interfered with play. In 1903, it was ruled that all the boundary lines must be straight. In 1893, the Nagrasnet Machinery Corporation of Provence Rhode Island marketing as hope of iron with the home rock style of basketball. Originally a ladder that a pull of finally a chain faster to the bottom of the net wheel as used to intervide a ball after a goal had been scored. The net open of the bottom were adopted in 1912 to 13. In 1895 to 96, the point of making basketball goals or field goals were reduced from a 2 or 3 and a point for making a free throw shot of inconstant for a line in front of basketball. After a foul has been committed, were reduced from 3 to 1. Baskets were influenced or attached to the balconies, making easy for spectators behind a basketball to land over the railings and defect to the purpose of eliminated infants. Soon after, wooden backwards prevent in more suitable glass of 4 by 6 foot for 2 by 1.8 meter screen. We legacies to professional in 1902 to 09 to by college in 1909 to 10, in 1920 to 21 and backward, and we move into fifth. The college formed their own rules committed in 1905. And by 1913, there were at least 5 seats of rural colleges of YMCA Amateur Athletics Union. They are used by set military groups of varsity and professional rules. They often agree to play under the different set of each home or half of the game. The core area of the game developed during the period of U.S. high school and college basketball. And the international basketball nevertheless, with each passing decade, the teams with the tallest player enter and dominate Bob Borland of 7 feet to 2.13 meters led Okinawa AA and MM to 2 NCAA champion in 1940s and then national in scoring in 1945 to 46. Basketball grows steadily but slowly in popularity and importance in the United States and international in the first 3 decades after World War II. Interest in the game decreased as a result of television exposure but with the advertisement of cable and television. Especially during the 1980s, the game popularity exploded at all levels, given a time mix for particular players such as Irvin Magic Johnson, Julius Erving, Dr. J, Larry Bird, and Michael Jordan, and the greatest increased exposure basketball moved quickly to the forefront of America's sporting scene alongside such a traditional leaders as baseball and football for areas of game development during period U.S. high school and college basketball, professional basketball and women's basketball and international basketball. Play of the game. The standard American basketball court is in the shape of rectangle 50 feet or 15.2 meters by 94 feet to 28.7 meters in high school court. By slightly similar, there are evaluation making of the court included center circle as free throw lines and a 3-point line that help regulate play. A goal for a basketball inches of 46 cm in diameter, suspension for a blackboard and each end of our court. The metal rim of the basketball is 10 feet and 3 meters above the floor. In the professional games of the backboard is a rectangle 6 feet and 18 meters away and 3.5 feet to 1.5 meters high made. A transparent material usual glass is made by 4 feet or 1.2 meters high of college. Here is the equipments and facilities in basketball. First is basket. A hoop of basket within next around its circumference and its 18 inches diameter in firmly hugging horizontal for a rectangular backboard of 3.5 feet high and 6 feet wide. On either side of the court, the rim of the hoop is 10 feet above the ground. The backboard is various in international competition is transparent for better visibility. Another equipment is there Maybe some of equipments for convince some international court have a game clock that makes a B plot of the end of each period. Some also show the shot clock countdown. Sometimes the backboard has boarding lights that lights you and lights up indicates the period about the end. Basketball equipments. Basketball can be played with a little equipment. That is why it has become one of the most popular sports to play worldwide. Although the strongest and best known language legend is in United States, basketball is a popular sport in every continent and it's is still growing. Basketball can be played outdoors on asphalt and dirt of indoor. On the wood floor, if you are getting ready to play a pick-up games, there are lists of equipment you need to bring. Basketball hoop, there are two types of games you can play. If you are playing pick-up ball, you can play half court with the hoop instead of full court. With two hoops, basketball hoops contains of backboard, rim net, and metal poles to hold them up in the air. Basketball courts always have hoops of them, and otherwise they could be basketball court. The basketball board is an official NBA backboard is made of transparent glass but a wooden or metal blackboard would work as well. In an NBA, the blackboard measures 6 feet wide and 3.5 feet tall. If you want a fancy backboard, you can get one that line up with the red LEDs to match with the shot clock runs up of all time, and backboard set can be bought and installed at home in driveway or in our backyard. Basketball ball. You need a ball to play the games today. Basketball are made with synthetic materials such as rubber, polyester, and neon in combination with a leather. In the NBA, the pressure of the ball must be between 7.5 and 8.5 pounds per square inch. The size of the ball measured in 29.5 inches around in circumference. There are small size you can get for a kids or various age, range from 5 to 12. Some help our community center that have a basketball court may be all the prevent ball. However, it always better to be sure and take our ball. If you have planned to play basketball, did you know that the NBA has up to 9 games ball present at all times of a single game? Basketball shoes. For someone planning on playing basketball, the shoes are the most essential piece of equipment. Although basketball can be played in regular sneakers, a good pair of shoes will give you an edge on the court while providing extra safety. Their stability will allow you to move laterally and pick a performance quickly cuts to get defensive players of unprofessionally. Not all shoes are created equal, and you should try them on the stroke to make sure they fit comfortable. Some of biggest brands are Nike, Adidas, and Under Armour. New basketball shoes may need some time to break it until are comfortable. Basketball jersey. The jersey is important to play independently on court is included for name of the back and number of the boot, the front and back, the identify who are you. On the front of jersey is your team's logo and branding. Jersey size common and comes to the traditional XL small, medium, large, and XL and double XL large. And takes into account of high chest and weight, chips and hips. Jersey have also come a popular apparel item for fan of a professional or college basketball team. Basketball towel. If you have sweat a lot, you want to bring a towel to the game. Towels are a great way to quickly swipe away sweat and get back on your court, which is the large part of why the classic Gatorade towel is an staple of NBA basketball games. Sweat rolling down your hands or into your eyes can be major setback on the court, so if you want one for any sort of intense game or practice, take part in. There are many types of towel that range in size, color, and branded and another material. Basketball uniforms. If you are going to play a basketball games, make sure you and your team have a uniform. Basketball uniform consists of a jersey, shirt, and pair of socks. Additionally, you can put your own personal touch in your uniform by adding a headband or arm sleeve. You should keep in mind that you are required to have a different uniform from home games and away of games. In some language, like the NCAA, the team or home team most wear jersey with a light color, while the away team most wearing with a dark color. Their color difference prevent confusion during a play. If you have a plan on playing basketball casually and still want teams to be able to differently themselves, color bibs should do the job. They can be bought cheaply in your sport equipment store. Basketball short. Another piece of equipment essential to your uniform are shorts. If you have playing outside in cold weather, you can want to choose pants. Whatever, if you have playing indoors, you want to stick with the shirt since you start sweating once you play. If you are playing in a legend match, the color of your shirt should match your jersey. If you have playing pick-up games, you can wear any color you want as long as the another team knows which side you on. Basketball sock. You might not think socks are important, but they prevent friction between your feet and your shoes. Having a nice pair of socks will prevent blister for your foaming on your heels and toes. There is also a decision to make between long sock and short sock. You should decide based on which you are most comfortable wearing and how you look at them. Basketball headband. If you want to add unique look to your personal style on the court, trying add a headband. You can rock a traditional cotton sweatband or use a branded dry-fit bandana, whichever style you choose. You're going to look great and stop the sweat for interfacing with the game. The basketball rings and rim. There have two, single rim and double rim. The basket rim has a pressure release that allows it to bend with playing dunk and hold into it. The rim is a metal ring with an 18-inch diameter. The rim attached to the backboard 10 feet above the ground. Basketball rims are typically found in two types, single and double rim. Single rim are most popular on indoor courts and are used in almost all organized play. Double rim are commonly found in outdoor court and are now that require a bit more touch with shooting in the ball. The basketball shooting sleeve. Another optional piece of attire in an arm sleeve, also known as a comprehension sleeve, their article of cloth not only looks good but it aids in muscle recovery on off and the court. Deciding whatever or what dare to wear them or not depends on your player comfortable preference. Basketball shot clock. A shot clock is a device that used to keep track of the amount of time that offense is allowed to have a ball. The shot clock lasts 24 seconds in NBA and 30 seconds in college basketball. If the time runs out without shooting taken, it's a shot clocking violation. You can connect a shot clock to backward or backboard so it will light up red when the shot clock expired. Basketball whistle. If you are coach or referee, you want a whistle. Of referees may blow their whistle to sign a dead ball, a foul, a violation, or if a player step out of the bounds. In a practice, coach may blow their whistle to start a stop a drill. Give a command or just to gather the player. Basketball whistles are relatively cheap and some come with strings to hang around coach's neck or can attach to a keychain. The basketball wristband. Basketball wristbands are yet another type of non-essential equipment that may help you while giving you some on-court style. You see most basketball players using rubber wristband with a message of meaning during games. Although clothes wristband can also be worn to help control sweat while playing. There is the facilities of basketball. NBA basketball court dimension. Court size. The size of the basketball court depends on the playing level. The size of the court for NBA and college game is 94 feet long and 50 feet wide. It's similar for high school and junior high competition. The dimension guide basketball backboard. The board or the backboard and rim. The regulation height above the ground of the rim hoops is 10 feet and the rim is 18 inch. In diameter, backboard are 6 feet wide and 72 inch by 42 inch tall, which the inner square being 24 inch wide by 18 tall. The basketball full line. For all size courts, the full line is 15 feet in front of the backboard. The three in the key offense. The key is the 12 feet wide and is the same for all basketball courts. That basketball extends 4 feet out over the baseline into the key. A half circle of diameter of 6 feet extended from a full line away from the basketball to complete the key. However, the basketball you must be need just baseball. If you are interested to buying the best outdoor basketball, you can approach to buy him. The 3-point line basketball is the NBA basketball court and 3 points is 22 feet to the center of the rim on the side with a straight line extending out for 16 feet to 9 inch. From the baseline past those points and line extended out 23 feet to 9 inch from the center of the rim. The basketball court line. markings. All the line markings on the floor are 2-inch wide and can vary in any color.